Okay, this was the scariest, most frustrating situation I don't know if I've ever been a part of. I just went to pick up our dog Joey. We just sent our way to training a couple hours ago. We just brought her over at about 3. Hey Joey, we're gonna make a little trip, all right? Excited? All right, we're gonna do a little training. She wasn't even there 3 hours. I think they dealt with her for about 30 minutes outside of her kennel. This place was, I'm so baffled at the way they treat, one, their customers, and then the way they act around new dogs that enter their facility. And maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe you can tell me how a dog would come into a kennel where there's a lot of dogs barking and it's a new environment. I would think that dogs would be pretty scared and pretty unsure of themselves for the first, probably the entire time they're there, but at least the first few days. We decided to take her in for some training. We worked on some training by ourselves about a year ago. When she's around the emus here, the emus will get excited and she'll get excited. And so we'll use them since we don't have a car here. Hang on. Joey, come. Joey, come. Joey, come. Joey. We haven't really kept up with the training. She herds the animals by herself. She gets the chickens inside the fence. She'll chase after the cows. We don't really like that, but she does a lot of things right. And then she's a young dog. She does a lot of things wrong. Sure, she barks at anything and everything. She jumps up on people. So there's a lot of things that we need to work on her with, and that's why we decided to take her to training, to get her some obedience training, and then eventually do some herding training for some of our future animals that we have on the farm. So we called this place we talked to about a year ago, and we decided to go for it today and take her in. We pay for 2 weeks up front. We take in some food, bring the dog over. The trainer comes out to get her and says some really encouraging words about her. Says he doesn't see many dogs that come in as good as her that will immediately follow and not try to pull back or go back to the car or go back to their owner. And so we took that as, this is a good sign. Things are gonna go well. And Becky's nervous, saying, you know, we're gonna come visit her because it's supposed to be at least a month that she'd be there. We're gonna miss her, but we'll come visit. And then towards the end, they're gonna train us to know the commands and know how to work with her, and even the kids to know how to work with her. And she's there 30 minutes or an hour outside of her kennel. She's out, I think she was just running around in a fenced-in area. I think maybe being around some other dogs to get adjusted. And they went to put her on the leash to get her back into the kennel. And she bit the trainer 3 times, extremely hard on the hand. And they claim that in the 10 years that he's been training, the thousands of dogs that he's trained, police dogs that they've trained, that he's never been bitten like that. Like that's never happened to him. I mean, one part of me feels awful. I feel awful. I'm embarrassed. Of course you want your dog to be behaved and to not hurt people, and you want to think that your dog has the capability of doing that to somebody else, but at the same time you do want them to defend your family and your property and your animals. And I've seen Joey go after raccoons before and grab them. She'd grab them. But anybody around us, she doesn't really bark at. She'll jump up on. She wants their attention. She wants them to pet her. But my stomach is just, it knots right now because I feel awful. 2, why weren't they prepared? Why weren't they prepared? This is a dog coming in out of their environment. Would you not expect the unexpected? Would you not think, hey, maybe this dog, even as great as it's doing and as good as behavior it is, that, maybe at any point it could do something, like at least for a few days to get to know the dog. You don't know anything about the dog or us or how we've trained the dog or what the dog's done, what kind of life the dog's lived. And I'm I'm thinking myself, if I were a trainer, which I'm not, but if I were gonna encounter a dog that I don't know, that came in and was barking at me when I first encountered her, that maybe she's a little uncomfortable here. Maybe it's a little scary environment. I'm going to show you just a quick clip of what it sounded like there. And they train, I think, hunting dogs, and it is 30 to 50 other dogs in kennels barking their brains out.
Here, I'll take that.
You sure you're going to do it?
That's fine. I got it.
Sorry about that. I have no idea. No idea.
It's not that I don't believe you. It's that I'm baffled, and I'm sorry that she did that. She's never done that. But I don't understand. I don't know how to train a dog, and so I don't understand how people wouldn't understand that a dog coming into another situation would be out of their element. This is a scary place.
Oh, she was over here.
This is 100% scary. There's nothing comfortable about this.
Yeah. He's done.
No, but why would you go in? Why would you be around a dog and not be prepared for the unexpected?
It happened right here.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't provoke anything. Okay.
Sure.
The good news is he bit. Not for. We watch all the police dogs. So we know. I mean, yeah, we watch every police dog. Every one of them come here. Same deal. And like I said, he was just shooting at her, running around. Remember, he slipped the lead on to take her in there, and she got him.
At the farm, she's in a pretty comfortable environment. She's around people that love her. This is a new environment for her.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't get why that's.
To be honest with you, if I wouldn't have seen it, I mean, I believed it. Just don't get me wrong.
You can do it.
Let him get it.
And so I can only imagine what's going on in her mind. I would probably be upset and snap to it at a person that put their hand out at me, and I'd say, "Nope, you're not my owner." And so I can only imagine what she was thinking. I don't really understand what they were thinking. I'm confused that they are telling me that this is the first kind of time this has ever happened to them. I feel like I'm being lied to on that. They train aggressive dogs there. They work with aggressive dogs. I was not impressed by the trained dog that they showed me. It was not really well trained, so I'm not quite sure of their training ability, but either way, I'm just baffled at how they would be prepared against a dog that they know nothing about, that's out of its element. I'm really annoyed at the way that I was talked to by the owner. I understand that they would be defensive of their trainer, but for him to immediately blame us, to tell us, better protect your kids from that dog. Listen, I get it, but we've seen the dog. We know how that dog behaves at home. We know how that dog loves all of us. I don't really think you can tell us how to behave or to treat our family I just don't get how you can tell us that. So I'm almost home. We're gonna get Joey out. He bit the trainer.
Oh.
On the hand. Hang on, out.
What's wrong?
I just hate the way they talk to me. Just like, I'm so baffled that they just would.
Did you explain that she's been on our farm? She's not
Yeah.
around any other dogs.
I said,
she's not around other people.
Yeah, I said we have a farm. She protects from predators. She works with our animals, because on the phone he was like, better watch out for your kids, and I'm like, she doesn't attack anybody that's around us.
Why did you bite? Why did you bite?
Now she's so wound up. She's really wound up. Oh, Joey. Joey. You're a good dog. You're a good dog. Well, normally I don't let her up like this. But today... Okay, Joe. Today it's special circumstances, right? Come here, buddy. Oh, man. What a day. So we're up early to do some chores today. You awake?
I am. Are you?
No. So we're gonna follow Joey around along with doing our chores to show you that she's a good dog. So what's Joey do whenever we drive to the next thing to do?
She stays right along with us. Sometimes she gets in front of us. She never lets us get, she never gets behind us.
Tries to outthink where
Yeah.
we're gonna go next.
Sometimes she'll be going one direction and we'll be going the other way and she won't realize it. Where are we going, Joey?
Where are we gonna go? Oh, that's wrong.
Good girl, Joey.
So yesterday, this is where I hurt my nose that you saw. We were in here giving shots to Dolly and Maisie. It was the second part of their AI that we're getting close to doing again. I was doing the shot. Didn't even think about where I was standing here. As soon as I put the needle in right here, Dolly slammed against this side and it hit this top part and it pushed it enough to slam it right at the top of my nose here. It just started dripping blood and felt really dumb because I just put myself in the wrong spot. But yesterday was a rough day.
So we thought this was going to be easy transaction where we would take Joey to get trained for a month. We miss her a lot on the farm, but she really needs some training. But it's been a really bad situation. So the company we went with, we blurred out all their information. We did not want to run them through the mud. This was definitely not our intention. We just wanted to tell our story of what we went through, our situation, and go from there. It's unfortunate the way it turned out, but we still need to get her trained, and we're not equipped to train her. We have never dealt with this situation. This is our first dog we've ever had. So if you know somebody that is a dog trainer, we like to stay in the Kansas City area, but if you're on YouTube and you do a dog training course and you want to collab, that would be awesome too.
Okay, well, I have to pull you.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
Tickle, 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 tickle.